At 13, I got on stage for the first time. Me and Dad played at a truck stop.
I'm his eyeballs, I guess, in a way. He has to get to where he goes, and I take him where he goes. And
Friday night, they're playing the ODU Good Theater. Going to be making a live album while you're there, right?
That's right.
I think we all feed off of a live audience. You get a little bit of energy from people that you don't get when you're just in the studio by yourself.
That's what makes this band work, is everybody knows each other. It's thoughts almost.
It's what you do. Everybody got a gift. You just got to bring it on out.
The Lucky 757 band, we started 5 years ago, doing some cover songs, and then we said, well, we can write our own songs. So we started doing that, and that's how we started the whole deal.
It's based on rockabilly, early 50s rockabilly, Sun Records sound, but it has other influences too. It's got honky-tonk country, western swing, surf rock, blues.
I write most of the lyrics and come up with some of the melody of the song to get it started. And then it kind of goes, you know, just give it to them and they just take it, play their part, whatever they want.
I've been playing since '78, and I just like to play anything I get my hands on. I just like making noise.
I met these guys, I was working at a music store actually, and they used to come in and get strings and stuff like that. They used to jam outside late after work and all that kind of stuff. So when I first started hanging out with them, I was just going over playing guitar, trying to pick up a lick or two, you know. Yeah, it just kept coming back, and they kept letting me come back, you know.
To my left here is my son, Curate. Been into music since he was a child. I bought a mandolin, and I gave it to him, and on the way home from the music store, he was playing Rod Stewart's song, Maggie May. He was playing it, and I'm like, he's 8 years old, and I'm like, what am I going to do now? So that's when I knew we were destined to have me out in the parking lots getting sick, trying to stage fright. But anyway, we got through, and that's been going on ever since.
Trouble and me.
It ain't just part of their look, you know. It's because I was born blind with a rare condition. After a bunch of surgeries, was able to get a very teeny tiny partial bit of sight in my right eye, and my left eye was removed. But you don't need to see to play good music.
He said the way I was living was right, no matter how wrong it seemed.
He's been singing since he was a little kid. I mean, he just has that, he didn't get it, I mean, I sing, but and we have similar tone, but he can just belt it out there. He has been since a little boy. He started singing, and after a while, I decided, well, I had to break out in guitar. So I started playing the songs for him so he could sing, but then he started learning all the words, and I didn't know all the songs. And so he would get upset with me, even as a little child. He would point his finger in my face, tell me I was going to keep doing it till I got straight.
I do pay a lot of attention to detail. I'm a bit nitpicky. Like when I was 8 years old, after I'd had this eye removed, we went to see Herman's Hermits. Peter Noon was the lead singer, and he was up there singing a song just a little bit better. The second verse says, he'll take you to nightclubs in a shiny limousine, but he got the words wrong. He said, fancy limousine. I told Dad, I was like, he's got it wrong. That ain't right. And he noticed that there's this kid out there causing some commotion, and I was talking to his dad, and he stops the show, and he's like, did I do something wrong, mate? And he got the words wrong. I told him what the words were, and so the next song, he had me sing it with him so he'd get the words right. For the last 20 years, ever since that concert, I've kept up with him, seen him on Facebook and online, and he's got the words right every time since then, so he remembers.
Trouble and misery.
At 13, I got on stage for the first time with Dad. Me and him played at a truck stop. We played a couple of songs. Dad was nervous as he could be. I wasn't. I've never had stage fright. Just always felt comfortable performing. After that, we had the bug, and it's been what we've been doing ever since. Since I was 13, that's all we've ever done.
Last night, and he came by the way of a dream. He said the way I was living was right, no matter how wrong could sing.
Him and I did acoustic thing called Radio 60s, and we would do music, songs from the 60s, Everly Brothers and all that. And then it went from there to let's do pure 50s rockabilly and see what it's, you know, where it started.
Teach me how to die. Teach me how to die. Teach me how to die.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's kind of fun doing this part once it starts getting closer, because as you add the water, you can start to see what it's really going to look like once it's polished.
I needed something that would be lighter for me. I had both round wrists to operate on. So I wanted a guitar built for me with a neck and everything that would fit just like me. And Sam's a luthier.
A luthier is someone who works and builds stringed instruments, mostly guitars these days.
Caught cheating by the dealer man, skimming money from his poker hand.
Corey's sound definitely comes from all vintage gear. You know, he doesn't use any of the modern effects pedals or anything like that. And Corey's is going to get some actual 60s Fender pickups. So if he wanted the vintage sound, he'll get it.
Lucky 757 live on Out of the Box. Going to be playing on Friday night. They're going to be recording a live album at the Good Theater starting at 7 o'clock.
This is being recorded. This is live video and audio. So get up and dance and make noise.
Let's do it. Y'all ready? Okay then. Hey, little baby, won't you run with me? I say, hey, little baby, won't you run with me?
We wanted to capture what Lucky does live, you know, what we look like, what we're doing.
I'm definitely a live player, and they are too, and that's where we feel most at home, is in front of an audience. And I think doing this is going to show some people what we're really about.
Little baby, take a ride with me.
First of all, the guitar felt like I had owned it for 100 years. It felt like a part of me, and the sound was what I'd been chasing, and this is it. I finally got it.
Kind of knew it was going to look cool. I knew that it was going to look cool. The shape alone was going to look good, but you wouldn't know until you actually you see it live, and it's like, wow. So yeah, I'm thrilled with it.
They turned out great, and I got them done with a couple weeks to spare so they could play them and check them out.
Me and Dad were extremely close. We're best friends. We can finish each other's sentences. I guess that's why we play so good together. You've heard of family harmony, and it's that way with the vocals, and it's that way with the guitar playing. And we try to complement each other. He knows how to enhance what I'm doing and accent it, and me the same thing. It's always been that way. And we tried to find players that are the same way. And Angel and Sam happen to do that.
Hey, little baby, won't you run with me? There's a lot of things we can do. There's a lot of places we can see if you run with me.
He's the reason that keeps me driving. That's the, you know, I love music, but anything I can do to keep him playing music the rest of his life, that's what we're set out to do. That's what it's always been about.